This week's episode is all about sex. We've all talked about it, done it, or even watched it happen, whether it be from pornography or ourselves participating in the act.
Find out some interesting news on unscripted drop-ins with Gray and Sen.
All right, my friend. We're talking about sex today. A very open topic, very fluid, everything in between. Let's just put it all out there. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty, the fun aspects, the worst aspect, and just get into it.
Hey, let's do it. Sex sells, baby.
Sex really does sell. Sex work sells. We know quite a few people in the industry.
Yes.
Not quite a few, but there's quite a bit.
Here and there. I know a couple people.
I would say I know, aside from who we know, on your side, maybe 3 other people. They make good content. I'm not gonna discuss it personally, but they make good content. I will chip in money if they need it, but it all depends on them and how they actually react to it.
There's a lot of sex workers though that charge a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because it's total supply and demand.
Oh, yeah.
There's the couple people that I know, it's totally just whatever you can imagine, anybody wanting to buy, you can sell pretty much.
Feet pics.
So there's literally people that, are super mean to their customers and way overcharge them, but it's it works out because that's what people want.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. Not someone I know personally, but I've heard stories of, is their page can be free, but then you have to pay $100 for a video. Yeah. And they totally make bank off of it still.
Well, going into that topic, really, it's kind of more or less like a pay peg. You know what a pay peg is?
No.
So, okay.
Explain it to the audience.
So a pay peg, it pretty much is, okay, let's say I'm making content, right? And I'm putting it out there. My page is free, but the videos and the 5 pictures I just posted, they're going to cost someone $150. So a pay peg pretty much is someone that will subscribe, give you the content, the views and everything. Well, not the content, but they'll give you pretty much the views and upvote everything that you do, but they're paying exclusively for that content that you've created, and you can kind of control them in a way that it's they know that they can pretty much just get anything from you, but there's a set cost for it, and it goes up. If I posted maybe photos of my feet one day, let's just start with feet because it's the lesser of the 15.
Same.
So if I posted photos and there's just a guy that's super devoted to wanting those photos, he's gonna do anything for them. He will pay me $200, $300, $400. If I keep adding to it, higher the amount goes.
So he's the pay pet. Okay.
He's the piggy that wants my shit. Some guys will oftentimes just pay you for anything, just for responding to them. They'll say, hey, I'm gonna send you $20.
A lot of the people I know, they won't respond unless the guy or whoever's buying pays them.
Yeah.
So it's you gotta tip to talk.
A lot of guys and a lot of girls are into femdoms, which is just feminine domination, or findoms, financial domination. They're willing to be paid for it. They don't have an issue with the whole, if he's gonna pay me, do I have to send anything, or do I have to do anything in return for them? There's a lot of different variations of it, but there's just a high demand. The cost is so high because a lot of people want it.
Right.
Especially if you're hot. If you're hot, anyone would do anything for you.
And you totally can just play up how many clients you have and just say, oh, well, I got this client at this time, so I can't do it. Your video has to wait, and it's that anticipation too sells.
Yeah.
I think that's...
It's a tease. It's a nice little,
nice
hi,
tease.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll do anything for that video. You just gotta let me know when it'll drop, and I'll pay you whatever.
And then you're just getting ignored, and it's
There's a lot of guys I've recently found, well, not recently found, but in my little experience, that have been okay, I'll wait. Give them a full month. Doesn't fucking matter. They will literally wait until the last second. Do you still have it? Can you just give it to me already? It's that whole I don't know, it's salt on your tongue. Keeps you wanting more. Yeah, pay pegs are really, there's a lot. You can find them on Twitter, you can find them on Instagram, you can find them anywhere. You can make a lot of money.
That's something I did not know.
Well, social media is the main bracket. OnlyFans.
Yeah, the main one that I'm familiar with is just Twitter.
Twitter is like the hub for it. I mean, because nothing is restricted. You can watch anything happen on Twitter. But OnlyFans popping on Twitter. Fucking Instagram. If you got OnlyFans in your bio, Twitter. Everything.
I know one coming up is called Fansly too. Mm. And it's basically like OnlyFans, but just different. It's different not, there's not so many bad connotations with it as right. OnlyFans does.
There's Just for Fans too. I know quite a few guys that have done that because there's a lot, like the female demand for like men content is like coming out now. Finally, think fuck. Just for Fans is a good place. It's like OnlyFans, but people charge more. If you put out a video that's 30 seconds long, they're going to charge $50 for it. And
like the website takes their cut?
Like, they'll take a cut of it. I don't know. I remember one guy talking about it, and he was like, yeah, the website takes, like, a cut for it, and it's not like OnlyFans, and I'm promoting on this site and this site, but it's not really working out for me, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But it really all depends on, like, the platform itself. I don't think OnlyFans kind of takes a profit. It might. It might take, like, 0.1 or 5%.
Yeah.
But you get taxed for a lot.
Yeah, because they just started, like, taxing all their people. Oh and God. They make it so hard because now they're taxing, like, if you use PayPal or, you know, like, Cash App, Venmo, anything like that. If you bring in a certain amount of money each month, then they'll start taxing you.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, but I do not want that.
It's insane. If
you were doing OnlyFans, what kind of content would you post? I'm curious. Because not all of it has to be nude or nudity in general. It doesn't have to be that way.
I mean, I'm a huge pothead. So I've seen a lot of content that just sells, you know, like taking a bong rip or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that would be something. Or I've also seen like gamer boy type stuff. So I'd probably do that too. I just don't have the confidence. I don't have the confidence. I've really been thinking about it.
I mean, to be honest, FTM sells. Yeah. Anything FTM sells.
I've seen a whole bunch of these trans guys, and they have hundreds, like tens of thousands of followers. And I'm like, maybe.
You could literally sell your beard hair and make money off it.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Your bath water.
What?
You can, oh my God, dude.
I've seen you could sell like lipstick, obviously panties, and like things that you can wear for like an extended period of time. But like lipstick and makeup that's been used. Sock.
There's quite a few sites too. I was on like maybe a couple. There's smelly.com or no. There's like quite a few panty sites that you could like literally be on, and you can sell anything that you want. Fingernail clippings, hair.
I have heard that. Yeah.
You could sell back of earrings. If you wear them for a long time, people will buy. I'm sorry, I gotta look around your place. I'm like, what can I find? What does he have? I've seen it on like nitty gritty sites to where like guys will buy like blood droppings like in those little vials, and they'll wear them.
I have seen that. Somebody wants to do that with me.
I mean, depending on the price, if it's $500, then maybe.
Erica really has expressed interest in after we get married, and like, you know, things are like final, pretty much. She really wants to carry around a vial of my blood. And I'm like, low-key, that's kind of hot.
I mean, it's all up to you guys on it, as long as she doesn't break it and like nothing gets spilled out of it, because those little tiny vials, sir, you gotta be careful. I mean, it's cute. Blood play is very like up there. Knife play, age play, anything with that. Like, but yeah, there's like quite a few people that will buy vials of blood. They will buy secretions from you. I saw quite a few different people on Twitter advertising for like toe jam. Kink shaming is also another thing. A lot of people are into kink shaming.
I have seen that.
They are into a whole nother level of degradation.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of guys who will, before anything starts, will send them like a dick pic. And then that sex worker holds on to it and just mentally,
fucks you up.
Yeah. And they will just tease, and they will like threaten to post it, and like they'll even post it for a little bit until you do what they want. And then it's like, that whole like degradation and, you know, teasing is huge.
It's huge in the kink community. Honestly, okay, speaking for myself, I've done it. It's not a kink of mine personally, but I have definitely like held it over someone's head. Like a previous partner in my past, have done, will do again. I don't know, it's really fun sometimes. Like when you're in like a fuck you mood and you're just like, I don't like people, but I like you enough to where I'm gonna fuck with you enough. It's like, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss tastes so good. But yeah, like there's a lot of guys, a lot of women that get off on that, and to each their own. It all depends. Like you can even sell, like on your vape pen, you could sell like the top of that and make good money off of it. People will do anything for it.
I need to find these sites because
I'll send you the link. To be honest, you could like sell shit stains too on your underwear.
Well, good thing. Good thing it's not mine that does that.
You're like, I don't leave little shit stains anywhere.
I wipe my ass. Thank you.
I do it well enough.
Okay, well, I mean, I think the idea is really anything even remotely related to sex will fucking sell and makes bank, and it's in such high demand.
Yeah. Well, especially now with like the creation of OnlyFans or like public sites that people can go onto. Of course, when you're 18 and up, they're easily accessible for anyone. Anyone can join, anyone can participate in it. It doesn't matter if you're big, small, little, or whatever. It's really up to what your preference is. There's a kink out there for everyone. If you're vanilla, that's a kink too. People are genuinely into
and
sex.
Everybody likes everything different. There's so many different views and outlooks and kinks and anything that you can think of. No, but if I may, I think it totally 100% is a full-time job to do sex work, because just considering the amount of promoting and spending time talking, and trying to weeding out the losers and, the time wasters and all that stuff.
Boys.
And yeah, just growing your fan base until you can get to that point where you really can flex on your costs and like how much you want people to pay and all that kind of stuff. Like it's exhausting.
Well, and it takes a lot of a mental block to really kind of put yourself in, like, I mean, not really a mental block, but you kind of have to put yourself in like that view of like, I'm this type of person on this side, but I'm also, putting myself out there on the internet for anyone to really look at me. It takes a lot more than what people think. Sex work is not for the weak. It takes a lot to produce content pretty much every week, come up with a scenario or come up with like, nothing that you've ever seen in porn, nothing you've ever seen in, anywhere, and making sure that, other people's needs are being met. Because there's a lot of people that come to you and view you as not like an object or anything, but they view you as their safe space, their safe person to go to. They can come to you. They can come to you and, feel good about themselves. Like you would want to fuck them. That's what a lot of majority of sex work is. Like if you're going to a whorehouse,
it's the appearance.
Yeah, it's the appeal. Like that gentle touch.
Yeah.
I want you.
Gentle tease, if you please.
So, I have some other questions. Should men, when it comes to sex, do you feel that men should be putting in more work than a woman?
I think this might be a little bit controversial. Yes.
Why?
Because I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
I don't have an answer lined up in my head yet, but I mean, I'm the man that likes to take care of my woman and make sure that she's taken care of before anything else.
So you're okay with like Erica being, okay, quote unquote, pillow princess?
Pillow princess, yeah, because she is.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say that, I don't know, I just think it's kind of corny, those guys that like genuinely get upset when they don't get something back. Like they don't get it. I think that's kind of childish.
I agree with you to an extent. Mainly because, okay, so vice versa, like for me, as a woman that likes to please her man and likes to do the things for him, but at the same time, a bitch will fuck you up because I don't play with nothing. I'm not exactly a pillow princess, but I'm also not someone that's like, let me have everything that I want, because that's not what I enjoy and what I get off to, and kind of like that whole scenario where it's like when you're in a DNS relationship and you're in that whole vibe, I like to control the vibe, and if anything sets it off, immediate no, cut off, like we'll be done with it later, like we'll revisit the situation later. But for you, it's more or less like you're okay with your fiance being a pillow princess and enjoying her time and enjoying her things, right?
Yeah, because I guess that should be the short answer, is I get pleasure off pleasuring somebody else.
You're a pleasing type of person.
Woman. Yeah.
Someone else come up with her name.
Who is she?
Who is she?
Who lays in my bed every night?
Her name, we need her name. No, I'm just kidding. That's good. I mean, everyone has their own preference. There's no one really coming down and saying, you have to have it this way. You have to be this way in order to enjoy sex. You have to like know what you want all the time. No one's ever saying that. Like, that's the best thing.
I'm saying that sex is completely and utterly experimental.
Oh yeah.
Has to be.
It's like a science experiment. If it goes wrong, that's on the both of you. If it goes right, hello, you're either making a baby or someone's getting a little cream pie around here. A little cream puff. Yes. Or you're just enjoying your time. I'm not afraid to say it, okay? Some women like to be little cream puffs. And some men. I just can't. So is there like anything that you've watched corn-wise? I'm going to say corn now because I don't know if we can say porn.
I think it's a little too late for that.
Okay, well, is there any, like, sort of videos that you and your significant other have gotten off to that, you've just, like, what genre are we talking here? Are we talking lesbians? Or are we talking... Are we talking gay porn, straight porn? Because I've seen a lot of like responses from straight women that get off to lesbian porn. Like, that's a huge thing. Yeah. I didn't realize it until this year? No, ending of last year. When everyone started being like, hey, TikTok's the thing, we can all put our sex life on there. Yeah. So, like, what kind of genre are you into? I'm curious.
What I'm into? So this is gonna be kind of a little funny. I really have never watched porn up until, like, probably last year. Yeah.
Oh my god, really?
I had never touched myself until I met Erica.
So you were pure, sir. Yeah. You were just like, hello. Little...
I had some really... It was like alright. I don't know. It was really bad sex in my relationship before. And so the second that I kind of like realized what felt good and like what didn't... Like, I was just a whole different person.
Me over here, like, hello.
And I'm really, really, really lame in my porn searches now. Like, I've been trying to look around just on, a lot of my friends and fiance just recommended just look through everything just to see. And I've kind of landed on just, like, some straight sex.
Just straight out there, pancake.
Yeah, because I don't know. I will say, as much as I love women, I don't like lesbian or even, I don't like it in porn. And I think it is because it's just so fabricated. Like, you can tell it's fake.
Yeah, it's so played up to where it's like, I don't even want to watch it anymore.
Yeah, that's like where I'm at.
Unappealing. I feel like a good genre for you, because just hearing this kind of breaks my heart. Because your
best friend's a little prude.
Even though we talk so raunchy, like, this is all news to me, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, a lot, I agree. Because I've been around the mill. I've seen everything. I'm not afraid of anything. She's an experienced hoe. I'm a little too experienced for my own fucking good. No, but, like, a lot of porn is really overplayed. Like, there's too much acting, there's too much, like, non-chemistry, there's just overplay. And a lot of people like that. Like, they can get off to it, something quick, something easy. They know what they're searching for, compared to, like, the unaverage shit. When you're looking at lesbian porn and when you're looking at, like, gay shit in general, anything that has to do with same genders getting it on, like, it's too overplayed compared to just straight sex. Everything is like, I mean, the girl is overplayed. She's like moaning way too loud. She's being over dramatic. But like in general, you know, everything that comes with gay porn is too far-fetched. To a lot of people, it's not natural. And they want to make it seem like, oh, this is the most natural thing in the world. Like, it happens all the time. But in reality, it's like, not a lot of people are exposed to it.
Right.
So, like, amateur porn might be your way to go.
I do like amateur porn.
Amateur porn has that, like, good little sweet spot to it. But then again, it can get overplayed because of, like, the camera work and the way that people see things. And, you know, you're not just going to walk into your friend's bathroom and see them fucking all of a sudden. Because, like, that's what a lot of things are. Porn genres are crazy. Have I told you about the shit genre?
I've seen really, really crazy videos, but I guess I won't say that's what I like. I have definitely made my way through Pornhub, and, like, one of mine and my best friend's pastimes were in high school was just to watch that really weird porn.
Oh my god.
And it was totally freaking funny because he would always just be like, girl, have I showed you this porn? And I'm like, no. And so we'd sit and, like, for the rest of the night look at just really
casual
weird
viewing?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like,
I can agree though. To be honest, I used to be that weird.
Yeah, it's kind of I won't say funny, but
You're
it's like
it made me who I am today. I'm a little psycho, but you know,
it's just like things you gotta look at. Like, you can't look away.
You gotta look at everything. You can't just rule it out. I mean, there's quite a few people, like, okay, people that like to eat poop. People that like to suck on toes that have been in nasty things. People that will literally look at you and, like, want to fuck you when you have, like, shit written on you. I mean, like, that, I'm not kink shaming here, but at the same time, I'm like, what went wrong?
I mean, and there's you're never gonna find out if you like it if you don't
look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could secretly like having worms all over you while someone is jacking off to you. If that's your kink, that's your kink. Cross it off. Like, you've completed your mission, my friend.
Yeah.
But there's, like, a lot of stuff out there that, like, you know, aside from, like, all the gory stuff, like beheading and, you know, necrophilia and...
Yeah, none of that.
None of my cup of tea.
None of that. Or I saw these things, it was like I don't know if it was Pornhub specifically, but it was like the sex Olympics
I've seen that
thing, and they, like, skin their dick. And, like, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
Thank goodness I don't have a penis. No one would offer me a job like that.
It's just, yeah.
I personally can't get off to that.
I mean, to each their own. I think that's where we are.
Pretty much. I'm open to anything that doesn't involve, like, the nasty nasties. I'm really heavy into, let's not say it, but, like, do you know? Like, I'm into that occasionally here and there. We know from my last relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
DNS. What does that mean?
D/S. What is that? I mean, I'm heavy into it, but that's only based on a personal preference. And there's a lot of people that are into it. You know, you gotta find your variable. You gotta find the right match. Not everyone is gonna match.
You gotta experiment with it.
Experiment!
You gotta experiment with it and find out the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the things you know not to ever do again.
There's a lot of rules. There are a lot of precautions that you gotta go through. There's a whole fucking contract. There's a whole fucking vibe that you gotta feel out for the person. There's a lot more to it than what the naked eye sees.
And it's the same with, like, sex workers making content too. It's a whole contract. They gotta lay out all these rules. And I mean, it really is a whole back office production to make it happen.
Yeah, it's a whole system. And you know, there's only quite a few that can actually do it successfully and feel comfortable in their own skin while doing it. A lot of people like to bring it out to the public, which is perfectly fine. It's just a matter of like when, where, and who you're with. Like it goes back to elementary school. You know, you really got to think about all these different things.
Right.
But speaking about that topic, what's your kind of take on, you know, the whole BDSM era or, you know, expertise? But kind of like, what do you think about like that whole thing? Because now that it's kind of made its way onto TikTok, I want to say, because it used to be a kids app. Mm-hmm. Now it's an adult app. Like people are more open to it.
Right.
What's your take?
I like BDSM. I think it would be really interesting. I personally haven't tried it, dabbled in it as much as I'd like to, but I think the idea is really hot.
He's all smiling over here. He's like,
Yeah, that was a good answer. Good one. Good 2 brain cells. You did your best.
They rubbed together like
They did a little dance and then now they're back to resting.
Hey, just that's how I feel right now. My little brain is like, hello?
No, because honestly, I feel like I've honestly never talked about sex like this. Like, I am, like, a prude through and through, if that's what you want to call it. I think a prude is, like, I don't know.
You don't do anything.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know.
like a little bored. You're like, hello?
Yeah, call me a prude, I guess.
I don't think you're a prude necessarily.
I've been with... But the point is, I don't have a lot of experience, and
okay.
It's fine, but I definitely have not taken the initiative to really dive into it, which completely falls back on me, but...
It's okay. I mean, to be honest, I lack, not necessarily, I lack in both experience and the, like, whole, you know, like, let's be comfortable in my own skin right now, because... You know, growing up, I never really had that. And now that I do, in my early 20s, I'm like, hello, put myself on. Like, let me leech onto something real quick, you know?
Same.
That's the vibe. BDSM in general, it has its goods and it has its bads. A lot of the bads come from inexperienced people and, you know, just plain dumbassery with it because not a lot of people are willing to open up about it and be that little teacher to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And especially people like you that are wanting to get into it.
Yeah.
There's a whole stigma, I would say, against it because there's like a hierarchy. You have like the head person up here or head people that think that they know everything and that are just, you know, I don't know, they fluff it up so much and make it seem like, you know, you have to be perfect at all times. You can't have anyone that's not perfect. It's me, this and that. There's a whole lot of like that in the community. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's where I kind of falter because like the type of training you have to kind of go through in order to really be in that type of headspace at all times takes a lot more than what a lot of people are willing to go into. And I'm kind of like on the verge of it because it's more or less like I know a lot about it, but I'm not going to sit there and say like I'm not going to like look into it more.
I know everything. Well, and I think that's like what we were talking about before with like obviously 50 Shades of Grey is like not true to what
overplayed.
Yeah, being like a dom and a sub really is.
Yeah, I mean there's some aspects in there, but it's too fluff to make it real.
It's idealized, you know.
Yeah, like this is perfect.
I think the whole idea really is to draw you in and make you want to have that lifestyle. Like, yeah, I could totally be some fucking rich, hot trillionaire, billionaire, millionaire little sugar baby. Yeah. Like, anybody wants to do that.
I mean, if everyone was rich, pretty much men and women and anyone in between would be flocking over to it. And
it's way more than just the whips and the
chains
nipple
and the
clamps.
Little bite me here and bite me there, you're mine.
Little wax play, maybe.
Little slap on the ass here and there, little chokehold.
Really is not true to
just
what.
Casually break your neck.
Same.
No, but like it's a lot more, and that's all pretty much fiction. And when it came out, a lot of, the community was upset because it leaks into unsafe play. It leaks into being too much of an idealistic thing to where it's like, maybe someone could have that lifestyle, but a lot of people that are into it, they make money enough to afford their setup, enough to afford, maybe going out here and there to a club or, into these different little hostels here and there. But it's not like, it's played up all the time. Mm-hmm. And they're not in that headspace all the time. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people think you have to be in that headspace. I have to be controlling at all times. For a lot of people, that is. But for a vast majority, that's not it. I didn't really necessarily watch the movies per se. I read maybe 1 or 2 books. She kind of overwrote the whole scenario of where Anastasia is just his little puppet at all times, goes wherever he wants. He gets mad whenever she's not there, and, just, it's too much. For a lot of people, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
I just gotta say, I'm learning so much right now.
You're learning, like, 0.2%. Yay, we can put like 2 little brain cells together and rub them.
They worked today.
They finally connected. No, but like sex in general it can be fun. It can be great. Playing is fun. Playing is great. You can get into a headspace about it. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it. Just be cautious, be fun. Don't be overbearing all the time, unless your partner likes that.
So I want you to define what getting into a specific headspace feels like.
Well, looks like, bitch. I can't do that. When you're working, right? Mm-hmm. You're really studying on completing that project for whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You're kind of in a, like, let's get it done type of headspace. You're like, let me do it. Let me figure this out. Get it done. Yeah.
Okay.
In a way, it can go for, like, in a certain DNS relationship, like, it can go in that type of way. Mm-hmm. But it's more or less like if you're really into your partner and you're really, like, wanting to take the time to make sure that, they're getting everything out of the experience that they can, you're making sure that you're in that mental headspace to really complete the task. Whether that be fucking them, tying them up, giving them a little bit of a tease here and there, or, making them walk on grass for an hour, or kneeling on grass.
What do you do? What do you make them do?
Make them
kneel on some rice.
Oh my god, don't even get me started there. Make him take a cold shower for 5 minutes. Okay, so what is one sex position you try with your partner, and what is one that you wouldn't?
I don't think there's necessarily anything that I wouldn't try. I think I'm definitely somebody who is like, let me try it just to see and, kind of go from there.
Try it once.
But, I don't know. I'm not really well versed in, like, the different positions.
There's quite a few. For the male genitalia, there's a lot, because there's a lot of women can do. Put that out there. There's a lot of women that can do a lot. Okay, let's say with a man that has female genitalia, what's something that you kind of wouldn't be open to?
I don't know, personally, anal on me.
You're like, don't touch my booty.
Yeah, no, my booty's very
Don't
sensitive.
touch my starfish, thank you.
No, but I think we've been pretty good at experimenting and pretty much trying all the ways that we possibly can fit together with considering
your naturalness.
We got the toys and stuff, but there really isn't anything that I wouldn't per se try first before I knocked it. Mm-hmm. I think anything concerning like defecation type stuff, I think would be a no-go for me.
No, thank you.
No.
Same. No dirty Sanchez is here, thank you.
No. That's a little too much.
Thank you, Sex Drive, for that one. That was such a good movie, but really terrible.
Yeah, I can't get away from that one, ever.
No, never in your life. I kind of feel like, mainly because I can get dick and I enjoy dick that way. I'm open to anything, but this is gonna put me on the market over here. No swallowing. Personally not a fan unless I know the diet. For me, it can go any way because personally, I don't have a smell or a taste unless it's asparagus, and we're out of the box there.
Oh my god.
Putting myself on the market over here. No one knows who I am. Thank you. Just
Nobody
maybe
will
like
ever
the 10 people. 10 people that I know in my personal life.
Same.
Where was I again?
Any position you wouldn't try.
Oh, yeah. Maybe what is it called? So, okay, have you seen it before? It's where a guy pretty much lays on his back, his legs are up, and then I think it's called the Amazon. Something in the Amazon, because personally, I don't like, if I have to bounce on anything, then it's like, okay, that's fine, but I'm going to do it on my own terms. But I don't want your legs to be in my way. Like, don't put them like that. So it's like, he has his legs like this, right? Mm-hmm. And then a woman pretty much just takes this little thing, flicks it, and like stands and does it that way. Does that make sense?
A little bit, and I'm not seeing the appeal, so.
I don't know why people would try that personally, like probably because it feels good, but I've seen a lot of pregnant women do it. That brings me to another topic. Oh my god, here we go. Pregnancy porn. Have you seen it?
No, that's probably one I've not seen.
There are, oh my god.
But I do know that there is a huge fetish for pregnant women.
There's also a fetish for lactation of pregnant women. Mm-hmm. Sometimes men, depending on who. Pregnancy fetishes are real. They are very much of like, hey, a breeding kink. I personally don't desire being pregnant ever in my life, but maybe. I don't know. It's kind of weird because when you're looking at a pregnant woman, like, I don't know, you're seeing them as like a beautiful person holding another life. Like, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. But a lot of men... this is probably going to end me up in jail too, but like a lot of men get off of it because it's pedophilia, because they like knowing that a child is in the woman and they could possibly be hitting the baby and possibly impregnate a child.
Okay, that's a little too much for me.
There's a lot of creepy shit out there.
There's a lot of creepy shit, so be careful as always.
Be cautious.
Be conscious of what is going on around you.
Don't be unconscious about it either.
Yeah, don't be unconscious, because
fucking falls down the stairs.
That's a whole nother topic. Please be conscious when you...
None of these are sex facts, just know.
We're not trained professionals.
That's a warning.
Oh my god, yes.
Casual little warning. Don't view. All these acts or what we're talking about is unsafe.
Same.
18 plus, please.
This one was not made for children.
No.
Thank you, YouTube guidelines.
Just casually put her out there.
Alright.
Do you have any other questions for me or would like to know anything else?
I don't. I learned so much today, so thanks for the lesson.
You're welcome. I feel like a little teacher.
Yeah.
Just without like the little whip. Alright. Well, I think that was pretty successful. Well, we did that. We really made another episode a banger.
Yeah,
so
literally. Okay.
Bang bros!
As always, leave us a like, a comment, subscribe.
Tell us your feedback. Maybe you like this episode. Maybe we should be a little more open next time. Mm-hmm. Maybe you just want to see us fucking hit each other. Who knows? Or maybe even sell Grayson's armpit hair. You never know. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
We're always down to try new things.
I will not try skiing.
Maybe not. I will not say that.
You can speak for yourself.
I'll speak for myself.
Just no skiing, please.
There's a lot of things I won't do, so.
Amazing. All right, well, we'll see you guys next time.
Join us next time. Thank you.
Unscripted Johnson. Woo!